Alright guys, today is the second day of the declutter challenge and I am staying in the kitchen. I'm going to work on my food cupboards today, which are not daunting because I think it'll be pretty easy, but at the same time it's a mess, so I'm a little embarrassed to show you what it looks like right now. But here you go. This is real life, right? So this is my first one. I've got two of them. And there is no rhyme or reason to how this is set up. Whenever I come home from the supermarket, I literally just shove whatever I have in there. So, I mean, maybe it was organized when we first moved in, but honestly, I don't even think it was organized then. And that's the first one. The second one has a child lock on it, so we'll see if I can do this with one hand. Yep, not bad. I am swift. And this one is even more of a mess. Basically because I just throw things down in there. Yeah. So I'm going to my plan is just to empty everything out of them, give them a nice little wipe down, because if I'm going to declutter, I might as well clean while I'm at it, because they kind of go hand in hand, right? So I'm just going to pull everything out, and then I'm going to clean it. And I do have a method for, I think, how I'm going to put things back in, but we'll see how it goes, because I think once I pull everything out and see it in one space, I might change my idea. Okay, so this is everything that was in my two cabinets. I do have one other area where I keep some dry goods, but that's not even in the kitchen. Like, it's the things that I keep in like glass jars and whatnot, which is annoying that it's not in the kitchen. So I am hoping, my hair might look scary because I was just wrestling with the baby. I am hoping that I can maybe manage to get those dry goods into the cupboards as well, but it depends on how much of this I can condense down. And I will show you guys in a minute. Well, you'll see it in a second, what my plan of action is. Okay, this is my after, and this is very organized for me, and everything is very accessible. So on this bottom shelf, I have like my oatmeals. These are ready to go, and then this is like stuff that I use in my oatmeal when I make it. I've just got some vitamins right up in the front because they're easy to take. I've got coconut oil and salt right here, so it's easily accessible for my husband because he uses this in the mornings. And I just got little bits back there that I don't use as often, stuff that I'm using more often in the front, going to stuff that I use less often in the back, but I know it's back there. And then up here we have some extra tea. Behind it I have a container that I can just pull out the entire container with more extra tea. And then I've got my, it's not decaf coffee, but it's like a coffee alternative. It's made with barley and chicory. And then this is my actual coffee. I have some noodles on the side, and that is just like a yeast kind of a spread. It's like a pate. Yeah, so it's nice and organized for me. And then down here is the biggest difference. I was able to get my dry goods out of the other cabinet into here. So that other cabinet is completely empty, which is lovely. And this is a bit more organized as well. But this is just great that I have this all fitting in here now. So I'll show you what's left over. All right, so this is all the food that is not going back in my cupboards. And the reason this stuff is not going back in my cupboards is because it's like just the random bits that you buy sometimes that you're not going to buy again. So like once I eat this stuff, I'm not interested in repurchasing it. So what I am going to be doing is I'm going to create a meal plan around all of these items. So I'm going to kind of go through them and create like different dinners, lunches, whatever that I can have with these food items. I mean, some of them aren't really even like, these are like chocolates and stuff, whatever. I just want to make sure that we get through them. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that we eat all of this before the end of the month. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put all of this stuff into the cabinet that was holding the dry goods, just so it's like tucked out of the way for me, but I'll make sure that I use it before the month is up. And that's not hard for me because I've done that before. This is kind of how I like make sure that I stay on top of my food.
Hi guys, it's day 3 of the declutter challenge, and today I am working on something very quick because, as you can tell, it is very late. I have my husband downstairs with the baby right now, and I just can't work in the kitchen today. It just was not going to happen with the baby. So, looking at my underwear drawer right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this as a before and after picture because we don't need to go into many details with my underwear drawer, do we? But this is just something that I had on my list to do that I knew would be quicker. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to take advantage of a quick declutter. Day 5 of the declutter challenge, and I'm going underneath the kitchen sink. I actually wanted to do this wire rack thing. Yes, there's a teddy bear on the floor. Mom life! I wanted to clean out this wire rack thing because it is really a mess because Riley likes to go in there. So it is always going to be constantly a mess, but I wanted to just figure out stuff to put in there that would look less messy when she goes through it. But my husband has my daughter out on a walk right now, so I wanted to take advantage of that time with her not being in the house to clean under the sink, because obviously I've got lots of cleaning supplies and stuff down here that I don't want her to have access to. This does have a lock on it, so she can't get to it. But if I'm pulling everything out to clean, if she was in the house, she would be all up on it. So I'm gonna do this real quick while they're gone, and I'll see you guys when I'm finished.
And this is much cleaner. So I think I did good, and I'll show you guys what I am getting rid of. It's not so much today, but that's not the point. So I'm getting rid of this wok. This wok is actually something that we got as a hand-me-down kind of a thing. My husband's sister got a new convection stovetop, so she needed to get rid of all of her old pots and pans because they don't work on the convection stovetop. And she asked us if we'd want a big wok, and I was like, yeah, I'd love a big wok. Yeah, no. I've used it once. We've had it for a very long time now. And the one time I used it, it was like shortly after we got it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to use the wok. I didn't need to use it. I could have used one of the other pots I had. So it doesn't actually serve me in any way. This is just a flask kind of a cup thing that we don't ever use. We've got nicer ones that we use, and this, like water, or not water, but whatever you have in it spills out everywhere when you're using it. It's not very functional. This is an old filter water bottle. My husband used to use this every single day back in the day, but he doesn't use it anymore because now we distill our own water at home, and he uses glass bottles instead of plastic. And this has like the filter inside. He doesn't need to filter the water anymore, and we've got some extra filters for it because we haven't used it, and it's literally been a couple years at least since he has last used this thing. So when he had it, it got its money's worth out of it. It's good to go. Yeah, so that's the stuff that's going away, and I've created some extra space in here, and it's a lot tidier. I am very happy. I will call this day a success.